What's up, guys? So sorry I'm a little late with the video, but this chapter, I like this chapter. I like this chapter a lot, actually. I know a lot of people kind of, well, I'm gonna say a lot, but I've seen some few comments of some people not really liking this chapter, thinking that nothing really happened, and I disagree, man. I disagree. I think that it was a really good chapter. Um, it's more so just like setting everything up. It's setting up all the different, we're getting like layers, right? We're getting like the layers. So it's setting up the different, dynamics because, there's going to be, this war is about to continue and we about to really sort of escalate. That's what I should say. The war is really about to escalate. And so with Kara speaking with the 8 other high blood families, right? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Great Eight that the Indref clan, kind of created and took over. And so it just reminds me of that. So like with everything that's going on in Dicathan and everything in Alacria, and Ceres is making her moves, and you got Agrona making his moves with trying to power up the size that's still helping them and whatnot. You got Arthur making his moves with taking back Dicathan, but also not killing all of the Alacrians that's there, giving them a choice and whatnot. So with everybody making their moves, it only makes sense that Ceres, because part of her big plan that she had talked about was that she wanted to make Arthur be this sort of like godly deity figure that all of the lessers can like look up to and like rely on, and just like, and so this is all part of that plan. And so it just makes sense, because she can't do everything by herself. Even though she has connections, we know she's got connections, but she can't do everything by herself. And so she needs their support. And so this just really, like, especially Kara being the one to come down there and, relay her message to them, is just like, she's probably in the works, Sarah, she's probably in the works doing other things. And, she trusts Kara, and, she's, relying on her to deliver her message and, convince them to side with her. And so I really like the dynamics of just, their whole attitude of not really knowing whether they want to side with her or not. Her expressing that she's not gonna look to be this sort of like authoritarian ruler, and she's not gonna be replacing Agrona or anything like that. And these high blood families, they got power, they got connections, and so everybody's gonna have to work together to fight this. And then also you gotta think about what's gonna happen after all this is over and done with, right? Let's say they kill Agrona or get rid of him somehow, and Alacria isn't ruled by Agrona anymore. Like, are the Alacrians, who's gonna rule over the Alacrians? Is there gonna be a ruler? Is there gonna be some sort of like democracy type thing where they vote and decide who's going to be in charge? Is there going to be a high blood family that's going to try to take over and try to, manipulate things to be the king or the queen or whatever? Are the Alacrians going to be able to grow any stronger than what they currently are if they don't have Agrona using the bestowals to give them new rooms? There's a lot of questions as far as like what's going to happen afterwards, if they succeed. And so that's another thing to think about. But yeah, I thought this was great, man. I thought it was great. They were very reluctant to really buy in. They didn't know whether or not, like, is this gray figure, is he really what you say he is, and so on and so forth. But eventually they kind of like, had Kara's back, and it was like, and then she also said too that she couldn't be looked at as at their level or below. She, in order for this to work, they have to look at her as like, pretty much how they look at Ceres, look at her as like not royalty, but just like above them. You know what I'm saying? So it happened very quick, is what I would say, as far as like them going from, oh, we're having this meeting to kind of see what this is all about, to, okay, we think that we're gonna go with you. You know, it happened a little quick, but I think it you know, it. I mean, what was their other option? You know, just continue to serve under Agrona. Like Kara said, like, you're dealing with beings who have the power to just destroy you just because they're irritated, just because they had a bad day. They can literally just demolish you, you know? And so you don't have any sort of security. Alaric, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Alaric. I haven't listened to the books in a while, but it was really nice seeing him show up. I'll tell you that much. It was really nice seeing him show up. You know, the fact that he was there listening in on the entire conversation and they had no clue. I'm just like, oh, he got some, you know, he's sneaky. He's sneaky. He got the skills, you know. So he recognized what's going on. He wants to be a part of it. And like he said, that she's going to need even more help. She's going to need people in low places. You know, she's going to need those connections. And so he's willing to help out, right? And you know what would be really cool would be if Alaric would have this sort of like transformation, right? We know that he's a drunk. We know that he's overweight. We know what happened with his kid. We don't know, or maybe they did say it and I just don't remember, but what happened with his wife or anything like that? Did she divorce him after that all happened? The kid ended up dying. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go back and reread some stuff. But it would be really cool if we get like a transformation of him where he's like, you know, pushing the weights and getting in shape, and you know, he's going to fight for, you know, his country, his continent, and you know, payback for what, you know, they did to his kid and everything, and you know, him being powerless to do anything about it. And you know, he's like really like in charge, and he can be that figure because, you know, he's smart. He's not dumb. Like, he's got connections. He's smart. And so, like, I can see him being a really good piece to the puzzle, you know, like as far as like the team to help with, you know, the war and strategy and whatnot. I can see him really helping out. So that's really dope. That's really exciting to see kind of like what, you know, what all part is he going to play in. Like, is he going to go to Sarah's hideout and, you know, help out with her? And like, I mean, Kara's not probably, you know, she doesn't know if she can really trust him or not. So she's probably not going to like, oh, here's where we are. Here's our home base. You know, also too, the 8 high bloods that was there, it was one of them that, you know, they still got to be suspicious about. I think she said, was it Seabrook? Seabrook was really, you know, kind of like, I don't know. He wasn't really all the way, you know, going along with it. But it was another one too that he said they had to look out for. Jeffrey. It was Jeffrey Clairville. Yeah, Jeffrey is another one. So obviously everything is not going to go super smooth and is going to go exactly the way that they want to go. Somebody's probably going to betray them and get in touch with Agrona and blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure Sarah's already factored all this stuff in. She know these high bloods, they're super proud and, you know, they only care about themselves. They do anything they can to, like, you know, go up the ladder and whatnot. You know, like Mela said, you know, working from the bottom to the top and whatnot. So yeah, suspect betrayals and a lot of stuff. I like this, man. I really do. Like, it's just like, it's like games. It's like the games being played in this like political war where it's like, you know, you can't do everything by yourself. So you got to kind of maneuver and you got to, you know, spy. And you got to, you know, make connections with people to help you out on, you know, with your cause and whatnot, you know, because you're dealing with, you know, deities, you know, godly beings. And so I thought the chapters were dope. I thought the chapters really, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed just the whole dynamic with meeting them and talking to them. And, you know, I think they're going to actually show up again in the story because we're going to need their help. We're going to need their help and their connections. And they probably got family who can help out, who might be strong, who might be ascenders or whatever, right? So, you know, laying traps and stuff like that. I mean, I can see them doing a lot of different things to help out. So I think we're definitely going to see them again. Also with Kara's family, her family is going to help out. We're going to see the family again with them too. So, you know, we're setting up the pieces. We're just kind of setting everything up because, like I said, this war is escalating. Like, people are making their moves. I think something major, something crazy is gonna be happening. So yeah, so I really enjoyed this chapter. That's really about it. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Maybe you guys think the same way, like how some of the other people think that, you know, it's kind of boring or whatever. But I really enjoyed it. I really it's like I said, it's just setting everything up. It's just setting everything up. But yeah, but let me know what you guys think, and that'll be it for me in this review. Check you guys out later. Peace.